Y'all, first of all, welcome back to the channel for all of you who have been here before, and welcome to the channel for all of you who are just discovering me, because I am about to sit here and tell y'all that credit scores ain't Now let me tell you. Here's the thing. A lot of you know that I do what's called credit card churning or credit card hacking. Basically, I live my life by travel credit card benefits. It's the way that I get so much travel done for the least amount of money as possible. So basically what I will do is open up a card for hefty sign-on bonuses. Use the card to meet the minimum requirements to get the bonuses, usually $1,000 to $5,000 within the first 3 months, depending. And then I will buy everything in my whole entire life that I need with the card to build up more points. And then I will buy awesome plane tickets to places like Japan, $51, or Hawaii, $0. Things like that, okay? I've been doing this. And then when I'm done with the card, I will close the card, especially before the annual fee is due again, or due period, because sometimes the first year the fee is covered. So I will close out the card. And then I will go on another round of opening up more cards, doing it again, buying, applying, and then closing them out. Do this forever, right? Yeah. In my last round of doing this, I applied for 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out of the 5 cards, 2 approved me. One of them was an American Express, because once they approve you once, they don't always have to pull your credit or whatever. They just may give you more lines of credit. And then another card approved me. 3 cards denied me. 3. Now here's the thing. I know that I have really good credit. I know. Because one of my credit cards tells me so. You know, you can hit the little button to see what your credit score is, and it tells you what your credit score is. So my score has always been on the excellent side. Now, with this last credit card that approved me, they send me the paper and they tell you your credit score and all of that. Why on this, from Experian, their credit score ranges from a 300, low end of the scale, to an 850. 850 is the highest that you can get on the high side of the scale. And of course, the thing with this score, with your FICO score, your credit score, the higher your score, the better terms you will be offered. For instance, things like 0% interest or 1 or 2% interest on loans, things like that. So the higher your score, the better benefits that will be given to you, and that sort of thing. Also, the higher your score, you would think that everybody will approve you, right? Not so fast, my dears, because guess what? My score, out of 850, my score is an 847. I am 3 points from perfect. And even with those 3 points from perfect, 3 places still denied me for one reason or another. And so here it says, your credit score ranks higher than 99% of U.S. consumers, guys. And what I want to tell y'all is because I know that a lot of people attach their self-worth, their ego, their how are they doing in life to this imaginary credit score. Y'all, these scores don't mean ish. They really don't. These scores are just a game to sell you a higher product. Anytime you take out a loan, that is a product you are buying. Because whenever there's the possibility that you will pay interest on something, that is where they make their money. So if you have a score that is, let's say 700 and below or whatever, they can now sell you a higher product. They can now sell you higher terms, okay? They can also say, we don't want your business here, and blame it on this little score. Or they can say, we want all of your business and your money here, and credit it to your score. But where does somebody like me fall? I have an 847, daggone near perfect, and still 3 businesses denied me credit, which I really don't care because I use credit as a tool. I use credit cards, loans, whatever, as financial tools. They are part of my financial game plan. And my game plan is always on the benefit side of me. They're always going to benefit me. I don't ever intend on paying anybody interest. I don't ever intend on paying anybody anything. I intend to read all of your fine print, to all of the benefits that you are extending to me so that I can use them fully to my advantage. These companies don't always like that. Hence, one company, I had a card with them before, and cards were closed out because they said I was using their cards not as they were intended. How is that? I called them to have a discussion about it because it was like, I'm playing within your rules. But what you don't like is that I'm beating you at the rules you made up. And so you're just going to discontinue my credit because I'm not using the card as intended. How was the card intended to be used? For me to overuse it and misuse it and financially abuse it so that I can owe you something. But because I owe you nothing, you don't need my business. You don't need my business. And so, like I said, for one reason or another, these 3 places denied me even though I have perfect credit. But the other thing about it is, guys, this home that I live in, this home, $600,000, I purchased this home when my credit was less than 565 points, my credit score, lower than. And I know it was lower than that because one of the loans I tried to apply for, you needed a minimum of 565, and I didn't even have that. But some way, somehow, I'm still in this house. Why am I still in this house? Because it's my theory, because this house was a high value item. And because I have the income to be able to support this high ticket price, the banks felt that it was beneficial for them to give me a loan so that I can pay them back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. That was worth it to them. But I'm a game player, so all I did was find 2 banks that wanted my business, even though my credit score was below a 565. 2 banks, they competed against each other so much so they kept lowering that imaginary interest rate, that imaginary rate that they say is tied to your credit score. The lower your credit score, the higher the rate. They started out my rate at something ridiculous like 12%. I'm not doing that. By the time we finished playing these games, I got it down to a 5% by closing time. It would have went down to 4 something, but I had to close, so I just went with the 5%. That was with a below 565 credit score. Credit scores are nothing. They mean nothing. And you should not let them affect how you feel about yourself. Yes, it's always good to do self-improvement. It's always good to work on getting things better and being in a better financial position because once again, if the product is an interest rate that they are selling us, we do want the lowest product available to us. We do. We do. But what I just want you to know is just don't let that number affect how you feel about yourself. Don't let that number disqualify you. Like if you felt like you wanted to buy something with a lower interest rate, don't sit there and settle and say, well, because my credit score is this, I have to do it at this interest rate. No, just keep looking for other financial institutions that can come closer to the terms that you want. That's it, because it's all a game. Where somebody says no, it will be somebody who says yes. That's what has happened to me. And when we feel like we've dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's, and we should be able to get whatever we want just because we want it, there's still going to be somebody who comes through and says no. for one reason or another. Credit scores are a game to be played. Know the rules, play their game, but do not lose focus and sight on who you are, and do not let that little number, that little 3-digit number, determine your self-worth. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already a Fab Fun and Budget family member. And leave a comment below and tell me how you feel about credit scores. Until next time, Tinesha Davis, peace.